engineering curricular series. So this is not a regular course. Instead, we are going to invite 5 to 6 speakers. One is from internal, the UB. The other 5, I'm very familiar with your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had the class with him.
You graduate, the undergraduate, right?
The undergrad. Yeah.
I see. Then you continue master.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, so we have the 5 speakers from the outside. So I'm going to introduce who will be our speaker in for 2019. Okay, and this is 1 credit hour, and we are going to meet the maximum, including today, is 7 times. So you don't have to come. For example, next Thursday we do not have any meeting. Okay, you don't have to come, or you don't have to ask me whether we are going to have a meeting or not. Usually, if I do not forget, so I send a Canvas message to remind the next speaker and next meeting. Okay, so stay tuned on Canvas message. That is the best way. Okay, you don't have to memorize, but it's also a good idea to put the class schedule on your scheduler or anything. Okay. Also, this is required. So for your graduation. Every semester, every summer, I have at least 1 or 2 students who cannot graduate and come to the advisor and me. Then I want to graduate. I forgot to register this course, so it cannot be excused. So it is strongly suggested to take this course the first semester. So if you have any friend, okay, so please bring your friend to come take this class. So there's not much homework. There's a little bit of homework, but it's okay. So it takes just several minutes. So and not stressful, so you can enjoy. So we have the speaker. So it will be really fun subject. It's a seminar course. Move to next. Okay, so it's a 1 credit hour course. So later you will see this will be graded as the S or U. S means satisfactory, which means a pass, and the U means unsatisfactory, it's a fail. So you need to retake this course before your graduation. So if you got the all straight A and 4.20, without this one you cannot graduate. So please keep in mind, it's the best idea to take this course in the first semester. Okay, so I'm instructor, but I'm not instructing anything. It's kind of coordinator, and also I do not have GA this year, but unfortunately the DDR will help me regarding to because we are going to host the speakers. Sometimes I need to take care of them or the living and driving, riding. So DDR will help attendance check or any other question from this classroom.
Hi everyone, I will be assisting you. I'm assisting Professor Lee, so you can contact me regarding your attendance or any other.
Mostly she will take care of the attendance stream. Okay? So this is our schedule. So a couple of speakers, they do not confirm yet. So first week, first speaker will be internal speaker as usual, Professor Nasser's take from the technical management. So I know this is the class for the all department in School of Engineering. Sometimes, not sometimes, most of them, like for example, Nasser is TM and Dr. Paul is from the computer science, and frankly is computer science and the other. So like the gaming and so on, the play is from the technical management. Every semester I'm going to I send the email and remind and ask the bothering your professor. Please host the speaker from your department. But as you can see, the TM computer science are very good to nominate or to recommend the speaker. But the other department, no way. I do not know much about mechanical engineering, the professor or researcher, because I'm in the computer science. Please ask your professor. I would like to invite the speaker from our department and so on. Then your professor will nominate and just inform me, then I can invite. Okay? this will be really helpful. So do not complain to me a lot. I'm not in computer science, I'm not in TM, but I cannot understand. But mostly the speaker will not present a very technically deep. Okay, it's just the motivation or the idea and share their experience. So you don't have to worry about too much. However, for your the future and the interest, it will be better if we can host the variety of the area in the School of Engineering. So please ask your the professor or advisor to host nominate at least one speaker per semester. So September 19th, unfortunately, Nasser is not here this week, so I couldn't get the second confirmation. I'm going to meet him the next week, and we'll confirm whether he can have a presentation September 19th and with the topic. So then we'll send out the final notification relating to the first speaker. And second speaker will be Dr. Jeho Bach from the Clementon. Clementon is the LA. The site is one of the top liberal arts school with Harvard and so on. So he is the director of the data analytics, the center in the Clementon College. So he will share his experience how the undergraduate student and graduate student build their career and experience on the data analytics, not for computer science major. Okay, so which means it will be helpful for you guys also. So nowadays the data science, AI, and machine learning are everywhere. So it will be definitely helpful for you guys to get the idea of the data analytics. Dr. Franklin will visit. So I changed it this one. It's October. Let's see. Let's change it. Here's the schedule. October 17th. Okay. I don't know why. So October 17th, Thursday. As you can see, it's all Thursday. So we are going to have a meeting. Our class hour during our class hour Thursday 4:30 to 5:30. So Dr. Franklin is from the Drexel University. He's actually in the computer gaming, something like that. But he's doing very interesting research and activity. So like for example, if you search the Google, the YouTube, so you can see his video or the broadcasting or article. He did, for example, the Tetris game. Anyone who knows the Tetris game? Tetris?
Sure. Oh,
Probably if
I'm
you
sure.
know, probably you are a little bit older. But
Thank you.
these guys, no. So Tetris game is a kind of block matching game. So he built the game on the building, okay, at night. So you can see the building is like the grid. So he did build the game with the kids. Then they actually create the game. Then display on the actually not display. They using the bird light for each floor and the roof. Then there's a Tetris game like that. And also he did I think several years before we have the Pokemon, the boom everywhere. So actually he is such a virtual reality game on the side. Like the A team and B team, they are chasing each other using the virtual reality and the AI, the augmented reality. So it will be really fun to have Franklin as a speaker. And Dr. Adlai he's from the technical management, so he actually is retired, so he's doing kind of consulting and so on. So he will visit October 21st. And October 31, Dr. Dahar is from he's from the industry. I'm trying my best to invite the speaker from industry also. It's not easy, but this time we have Dr. Dahar. So actually he's kind of my research relative. To share the supervisor. I never met him, but my supervisor introduced him, and he will visit. And his company is doing the driving assistance system, eventually the driverless car, which is one of the hot area. So we will meet Dr. Dahar in the end of October, and November is not confirmed yet. Recently, Dr. Isaac, probably you know who is Isaac. Isaac was the faculty member of the UB as an adjunct. After he got the degree from the UB, then he joined the Fairfield University from this semester. So we decided to invite him as a junior faculty, and we'll share his experience. But he didn't, because it's the first week of his the faculty life, so he didn't confirm the date yet. So I'm going to finalize. So as you can see, this year all October 3rd is October 17, 24, 31st. So it's also we have the midterm exam. So it will be very busy the October this time, but don't be stressful. This is just 1 hour seminar. So 1 hour presentation. Okay, so please do your best to attend the presentation. Actually, when I was a student, the PhD student, I tried to find such a curricular series or the invited talk, even from the business school or the other school. It's just the hour or hour and a half, and you can relax and sit back and hear what they are doing, and sometimes you can make the good relationship and the connection if you are very interested in such a topic, and sometimes they are looking for a student or the future employee and so on. So this will be a good opportunity. Even though the topic is not directly related to the research area or the interest, but who knows, nowadays everything is related and connected. So our lecture hall is this room. I think that we pretty much have the full pack of the classroom if we have the 100% attendance. So I don't think we have more than the 50 students, so I'm going to keep. Just in case we have the more than the 50, almost 100, we will move back to the Dana 107, otherwise we will keep this room. One of the problem of using this one is there's no microphone, so sometimes the speaker, mostly if speaker is like me, no need to use a microphone, but I need your cooperation. It's interesting. If one of our students chat a little bit, sometimes it can be easily spread out, so it's all messed up. Because some of the speakers, they are very professional to take care of the audience and everything, but not always. So some of the speakers, they only did the research, they are not very professional, shy to say, so the voice is not big enough. This room does not have the microphone system, so I need your cooperation. I will be like the elementary or kindergarten teacher. So I'm going to move around and ask the quiet and like that. Definitely the cell phone should be turned off or the airline mode, so not to bother. In case you need to get a phone call, so you need to go outside, but you realize already it's annoying. So if you in and out this room. Okay, how I can grade the engineering 400. So total we had not today's meeting. Today is just orientation. I'm not going to count. We have a total 6. Okay. Then it's just a simple. If you miss 2 or more, the presentation will be failed. Okay. So if you miss 1, because I have very important appointment with the wife. It's the wedding anniversary, or at the same time, or whatever. So you can, one time miss can be excused, but the second time, so if you miss the 2 or more, so it will be automatically failed. Okay, you need to repay. Then what is the missing? So missing means either if you do not attend, okay, this attendance is the most important part. So no speaker want to present without audience, okay? So you should attend. So unless you got my permission, like I'm online degree student, so I'm in the Ohio. So I have one student from Ohio and Arizona, like that, then it can be excused. Otherwise, you should attend. So that is one thing. But one more thing is the submit the one-page summary. Okay, so the talk. So after every talk, by the next week Wednesday. For example, if we have the talk today, by next week Wednesday 11:59 p.m. I clearly said that 11:59 because there were students who complained. I tried to submit the 10 seconds before the midnight. But no way to set up the if I set up the 12 a.m. the Thursday, some of the students confused that will be next day. So that is the reason I set up the 11:59 p.m. The next week Wednesday is what day? For example, it's first. So September 1st, 11:59 p.m. is due. Okay, 00 second. So then it's on Canvas. You can submit the one-page summary. So what can you write? Do not copy and paste. I don't want technical paper. I don't want research paper. I don't want you spend the 10 hours to figure out what is the contents of the presentation. Just what you learn and when you feel during the presentation, or just quick summary. So many of the students actually nowadays are using, unless the speaker asks do not use the laptop, but you nowadays most of the presentation allowed to use the laptop and but I don't like personally, but it's okay. Then some of the students write your summary during the presentation even, unless you bother the typing, the noise or sound, unless, so it will be fine. Also, after the talk, so within a page, half page might be okay, but if you just type it's good and submit, it will be the fail. So just 2 or 3 paragraphs will be enough. Many of the students bullet, using the bullet is also fine. As long as you write such a summary with your own word. I don't like the copy and paste from the Wikipedia or his paper or her paper. You don't have to do that. Okay? Just if I usually like the presentation. Any presentation, you need to write what you know, what you understand. When you present as a speaker, so you need to present what you know, what you understand. If you do not know, if you pretend, it's a waste of your time, waste of my time, so it's just a fake. Okay? Please, using your own word, and which means write yourself, and what you learned, and if you have any comment, it's also fine. So please write the half page, the summary. Okay? Some of the students copy and paste it. So I'm going to use a Turnitin now. Okay? So if you copy and paste it, definitely it will be caught by the Turnitin. If you never use the Turnitin.com, please go to the Canvas and see with the instruction. It's the pressurized system. So it's not mine. So I'm going to rely on that system to catch any. So it's a simple rule. So you can just write the 2 or 3 paragraph, half page, and the summary of the presentation with your own word. That's it. Okay. Then, if you do not submit, or if you caught by the plagiarism or the nothing inside, like some of the students just take a couple of photos and paste it on the summary, it will not be accepted. Okay. So please write the summary. So if you fail such a summary, you attend, but you fail to submit. Or if it's caught by the plagiarism, it will be fail also. Okay. So to success for each presentation, you need to attend. Also, you need to submit the one-page summary by next week, Wednesday, midnight. Okay. It's clear. Then if you miss the 2 or more, then it will be fail. What if I'm very sick? So according to the UB policy, the only excuse of the absent is the medical issue with medical doctors notice, letter or notice. That's one. Another one is any academic activity, like you are playing soccer. So I'm going to have the away game. Then with not most of the, every time if you have such a thing, so your coach will write a letter. Also, I'm going to attend the NASB conference the next week, so I couldn't attend. At that time, you need to get the letter from your advisor. Okay? So if you are doing any academic activity by yourself, it will not be accepted. Like I pay my own the publication, so I'm going to attend by myself, it will not be accepted. Okay, so please work with your professor or advisor and get the letter if you have any absent of this presentation. Okay, but you can use the one-time the excuse, but try. See, you pay this one. So with your tuition, we are going to invite them. It's not cheap. So for each the speaker, we spend almost 2,000. The travel expense and the honorarium and everything. So it's your money. So please try to enjoy the presentation. Any questions so far? So when you get the grade from the web advisor, S means it's the pass. Okay, satisfactory, because every semester some student complain, why is the S? S means something weird. So S is a pass. U means it's unsatisfactory, it's a fail. I'm not going to use a Canvas quiz for attendance. I think pretty much 40 to 50 students I can manage. I'm going to use the attendance slip. It's a tradition. I did everything really. So to check the attendance. So sometimes attendance the quiz or sometimes the something I clicker, something like that, and device. But the best way and the efficient way is the attendance slip. So every class, whenever we had a presentation, so GA, the Divya, and me will be here, and you can pick up the attendance slip. Then just write down your name and return when you leave. That's it. Okay. Also, I'm going to invite. It's not only for us. Some of the professors ask their students to attend this curriculum series. At the time, if you are taking my course, I usually give the extra credit. Those who are attending this class, then you can write down the course name. If you're the professor or the instructor ask to prove your attendance, then I'm going to inform to the instructor. So, for example, Professor Nagarogutta, so usually use this one for extra point, and me also. So, not all professor. So, in case your instructor admit the extra point, you can write down the course name, and I will inform to your instructor. So it's so simple. You don't have to worry about this one. When I had 350 students, I should use this kind of thing, but this time it's okay. So this is the report format, but you don't have to use only this way. But it's just basic information. As you can see, I should know your name, ID, and the department, and each one, okay, and speaker names. Then the summary of the work. Okay. There's no specific format. Just you can use the Word file. Do not take the photo. Okay. Photo will not be recognized by the Turnitin.com. So you will get the 0 mark. 0 mark means so it's perfect actually. But perfect means there might be something wrong. Okay, so you may not get the credit. So do not take the photo of your writing. Instead, the type and the Word file or PDF file. Submission, I'm going to mention one more time, is a week. So next week, Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Okay, to Canvas. This is the most important part. Please don't be late. Any conflict schedule you have, you should not have the conflict schedule, because this time is open to the engineering school. But sometimes, rarely it happens that some of the professors open the course this time. So let me know if you have any conflict schedule. Don't be late. So we are going to start every time on time. So 4:30. So you already realize that if you are late, it will bother in this question. Second thing is, she gave me the example. So please turn off the cell phone. Okay, this is good. Believe me, at least 1 or 2 times happen. First or second talk. So please turn off or the airline mode. And please respect the speaker. So most of the speakers, they did their research or the work over 20, 30 years. Okay, they have, unless they are junior faculty, even junior faculty, they did research work for almost 10 years. So sometimes I know there is kind of the style or personality when you ask a question, it's very, very aggressive. Okay, so please respect their the work and presentation and be nice. So that will be kind of our the attitude, good attitude as hosting such the speaker. Okay? And this is not the long time before I used the kidding or as a tendency. You don't have to use. And absolutely no excuse for absent. Some of the students, I understand, it's very expensive to go to see a doctor and get the note, but according to the UB policy, so UB health service will not be absentee. Okay, this is not the acceptable. So the only the accepted the excuse is the doctor's the official note with the signature. I'm not going to accept the doctor's notice overseas. So for example, my brother in the Korea, so he wrote a letter for me, and that's really happened. So last this is my almost 10th year. It happened. So no overseas prescription, no overseas doctor's notice, only the United States. Okay. It's not my policy. It's the UB policy. Okay. I don't have to mention once again, no pressure reason. And videos. Some of the students rely on the video. I missed the class, please. Professor Lee give me the video link, then I can watch and submit. So it's only for the online degree student. Attendance is totally different feeling. If you see attend this kind of the presentation and the curriculum, instead of watching a video, you can watch much better the speaker and the TED and Steve Jobs and so on. But the feeling is totally different. Okay, so that's the reason I force my students to attend. But this one's the video will be available only online degree students. Okay. Probably this is the last one. Okay, question. The next one is September 18th. But I will send a second after I get the second confirmation from the Professor Nasser state. So then I will let you guys know whether we are going to have the presentation first. The presentation on September 18th. September 19th. September 19th. Okay. So then we will have back to back the speaker on October.
If Dr. Nasir doesn't agree, are you going to replace him with someone else or reschedule him for later in the semester to have the
yes,
six?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have the 6 speakers.
Okay.
Yeah. And also mostly the people would like to have a presentation middle of the semester, not beginning. Beginning, the most of professors are busy, they don't want to. That's the reason we do not have the many on September. The spring semester, I do not have the speaker on February, mostly the March and so on. But this time, they don't want to hurt their Thanksgiving holiday also. So that's the reason it's October. And also it's the best time to visit this area. Because if you go to the library, then I usually bring the most of the speaker to the library during the October. Then it's a really crazy scene. So if you are the first semester at UB, why don't you go to the library during the October? Yes.
So the next speaker, let's say he's coming on September 18th. So don't we have a class next week or?
Oh no, as I said, no class unless you, once again, we have class only these days. So this is not September, it's October 17th. Okay? So first one is October 19th, it's 19th? September 19th, and 3rd, and 17th, 24th, 31st, and I will confirm the last one. Okay, only this day. So if you want to, you can come to the classroom next week and study by yourself.
Anyone here, right?
So nobody will be here. Okay. Any other questions? Also, if you during the semester, if you have the professor or colleague you want to invite in future, more than welcome. Please let me know. Surprisingly, is most of such a professor and researcher, I think the percentage is like 60–70% they allow. Okay, as long as their schedule is okay, they like to, because they believe that's kind of their responsibility to visit and share their experience. So you never meet the professor or the researcher who is well known in your area, but if you want to invite, just let me know the name and the contact, and I can contact for the future speaker. Even though we give it's very less honorarium, so they are willing to come. Any other questions? Okay, thanks so much. And we will see hopefully September 19th in this classroom. If there's any change or something different, I will let you guys know. And most of the time I send a reminder email to Monday or Tuesday of the week when we have a speaker. Okay? Thank you, and we will see October